Planet Dolan.
From bathroom scales that cause cancer to a possessed toy, we count 11 hilarious reasons people return merchandise. Yeah, what's up YouTube fans? Sprinkle the one in the building. How we doing today? And today, guys, I got some crazy new content for your face. So here we go.
Number 11.
People use slow cookers to make soup, dip, stew, chili, hell, almost anything. It just depends if they have a good recipe for whatever they're cooking. However, it looks as though one customer mistook a slow cooker for a microwave and decided to return it. The reason the customer gave for the return was that it cooks slowly. Maybe next time the customer should buy a fast cooker.
Number 10.
TVs have certainly come a long way since their invention in 1927. Now, there are not only flat screen TVs, but some that even let the viewer experience 3D images. Such images were a little too much for one man who decided to return his 3D TV, on the ground that it gave him a headache. While that might be a little reasonable, the man went on to say that he soon started to see people in 3D. There is a reason for that. Other people exist.
Number 9.
It's not unusual for various electronics to have an auto shut-off function. This includes coffee makers, heating pads, even toys, such as this cat toy that clearly says on the box that it shuts off automatically after 30 minutes. The customer who bought it obviously didn't read the fine print and returned it, claiming it to be faulty. People.
Number 8.
Batteries don't last forever. Some electronics seem to need brand new batteries every week. But this Reddit user who managed a dollar store had a customer return a pack of batteries. Why? It was because they had no charge. This may seem reasonable, but the kicker is that he bought them 2 dang years ago. Clearly, the customer didn't realize that batteries will eventually lose their charge.
Number 7.
Out of all the things that can give you cancer, bathroom scales are not one of them. But one woman who had purchased 2 tried to return them because she said they were the reason her mother got cancer. The already strange transaction turned into a screaming match, with the woman throwing a hissy fit throughout the store. Between bad-mouthing the store to the other customers and continuing to scream and cry, the woman still received no refund. Upon giving up, the woman angrily threw the scales at one of the staff members. The scales didn't hit the staff member, but smashed a glass case behind him. Needless to say, one of the customers caught it on tape and the police were called.
Number 6.
It's normal for customers to return clothes that don't fit. What isn't normal are customers returning socks, though there may still be a valid reason for doing so. One customer tried to return a sock. That is, only one sock. The clerk asked where the other socks were, but the customer said that her husband was wearing them and that the other ones were fine. She went on to say that the single sock she wanted to return had messy threads. Upon calling the manager, the clerk ended up giving the customer a $2 refund for the single sock. All because of messy threads? One sock? Come on now, one sock? Really?
Number 5.
Most people wouldn't think you could buy something harmful from a Christian bookstore. One woman thought otherwise. When she bought her son what was called the Armor of God, it was a toy that included a sword, a shield, and of course, armor. When the woman called the store to ask for a refund, the clerk asked for the reason. The woman claimed that the toy was possessed by a demon. Understandably, the clerk asked the woman for clarification, and once again, the woman stated that the toy was possessed. She told the clerk that after her son put it on, he began to attack everything with the sword while running around and screaming, also known as play fighting to us sane folk. When the clerk said that she couldn't give the woman a refund without the toy, the woman said that she buried it in the yard. The woman ended up being transferred to the clerk's supervisor. That's so lame and what a waste. Just burying the best of all kinds of armor. It's the armor of God. The armor of God, y'all.
Number 4.
Non-living things aren't the only pieces of merchandise that are returned. Pets, living or dead, are also returned for a myriad of reasons, such as this instance involving a woman's Siamese fighting fish. After her third fish died, a woman, along with a cup that had a dead fish inside, came in and demanded a refund. She went on to accuse the store of selling sick fish. The clerk explained to the woman that they take really good care of the animals they sell, then asked if she had noticed anything wrong. The woman listed off how she took care of them, all of which were proper. However, when the clerk asked about the fish's diet, the woman was surprised that you actually had to feed the fish. It turns out that she thought that those type of fish didn't have to eat, and they just ate the water. Some people really shouldn't be allowed to have pets.
Number 3.
Animals aren't the only living things that can be returned for a refund. Plants are returned too. Well, in this case, a dead one. A man went to a garden center with a 5-foot tall maple sapling and asked for a refund. As the leaves dried out and fell off in November, as he bought it in the summer, the clerk explained that such trees lose their leaves in the fall and grow back in the spring. This was when the man said that he cut the tree down and put it in his garage, hoping the leaves would return in the spring. They, of course, didn't. When the clerk called the owner over, the angry man explained what he did and why he wanted a refund. Instead of a refund, the owner gave him the boot.
Number 2.
There are times when you really need a camera, especially for your child's graduation. However, one woman had a camera for her daughter's graduation, but it couldn't take any pictures. Angry, she marched to the store and demanded a refund. Even though she didn't have a receipt, the clerk had to get the manager, who the woman yelled at about the allegedly defective camera. Not only did the woman want a refund for the camera, but the memory card as well. She even pointed out that an employee helped her pick it out. The manager pointed out that a memory card adapter wasn't in the slot, as it should have been, but the actual memory card wasn't in the adapter. It turns out the woman threw the little memory card away. I don't even really have anything for that. She just is stupid. That's just dumb.
Number 1.
There are many potato chip lovers who feel ripped off when they open their newly purchased bag, only to discover that there's more air in the bag than chips. Well, one customer felt the opposite was bad. Upon opening the bag, there wasn't any air. The customer ended up returning the bag, with a clerk even writing the reason for the return on the receipt. Considering how common it is to find more air than chips in a bag, somebody, please, somebody, good Lord, we need them. Call the corporate entities. Alright guys, what's the dumbest thing you've ever seen a customer do? Let us know on the Reddit page link below, and you might be featured in a future countdown. Take care everybody, much love and appreciation, peace.
That crazy guy who led the charge for Brexit was making headlines years ago for, well, making a fool of himself in different ways. In a stunt to celebrate Great Britain's first gold medal, Boris tried to zipline while waving Union Jack flags around, and then he got stuck halfway.